How's it going, guys? Kevin back at you with another video. Today's video we're going to be checking out my clipless mount for the Element Enduro. It is a little bit more of a universal mount, so this is something that you're going to see come out for a lot of different trucks because it's not actually a latch this time. It's more of a locking system, so nice low profile, gives you that nice clean look. So with that, I'll show you guys how it works and how to install it. Let's get to it. All right, so the way that this works is pretty straightforward. For the Enduro, because of the way the holes are, when the two posts here, or the two little bumps for able to spin that with your hands, are in line with the chassis, that means it's locked. And then when you turn those 90 degrees, that means it is unlocked. So once we do that, body comes straight off, and you can see what we have on the underside here. So this is an extra brace because I found my shock towers are actually tilted in quite a bit. So I will be offering this brace sort of separately as an add-on if you want to basically help align the posts for, if you have taller ones or if your chassis is a little bit twisted like mine was from the factory. And so essentially what we have here is these two cups here, and you can see them on the back side. And that's what you're going to be installing, and that's what drops in and then twists and locks. So you can see on the back side here, we have a little nut. There's a M3 in there, and then this is what actually will spin and then lock in place. So you can see that on both sides. I'll show you guys what that looks like when it's installed. But essentially, you just drop your body on. You want to make sure that these are nice and sideways, so that way they will go in and drop in. Typically, I've found that the rear on this truck, you want to make sure you just get that lined up. So just like so. Once it's nice and lined up, then you can sort of just get them there. I sort of just push down the body as well, twist them, make sure it's in, find the rear ones, make sure they're sideways, twist them, that's in, and then in theory, just like that, you can pick up the whole truck once you have it all locked, and super nice and secure. Shouldn't have any problems with any sort of tumbles or rolls with this. And then to release it again, just a nice simple twist of it, and then the body comes right off. So just like that. So I'll take these guys off and show you how to install. All right, so jumping in, if you do end up ordering the kit for the higher Enduros for like the 4Runner style body, you are going to get these in the kit. So this will be the alternate option, and these are meant to basically mount to the top here. So essentially you have some that are smooth with holes, and then some that have the hex. So these are going to basically drop in just like so. I'll show you that. And then these are keyed, so that way they will not rotate very much once they're on here. So that way they'll be nice and secure, and that way they won't move once you lock them in place. So just 2 bolts through there, 2 nuts on the back side, and then that will be your post. And then obviously, slide this up and down to whatever height to adjust for the extra height of these on top. So with that, let's jump back over to the Trail Runner sort of Tacoma style body. All right, so what you're gonna have here is, this is the part that mounts to the chassis. You can see we have our mounting holes for various heights, and then we have the cup right here that will actually do the locking. And then this is the portion that will actually be going on the truck. So you can see we have an M3 nut. This is an M3 by 10, just panhead screw. So if you ever lose them or need another one or whatever, pretty standard size. And then this is actually the piece that's gonna go underneath the truck. And then this is the piece that will show on top. So essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna feed the M3 screw through this guy, take this nut. Sorry, it's a little tricky to do one-handed here. So drop that nut in, and then essentially what we're gonna do here, if you look on this side, you can actually see there's 2 little nubs. This is actually to key this to make sure that that orientation stays consistent. So you can see there's a matching feature on this side. So when you go and you put this through the truck, basically you want to turn this sideways and then slide that through. And then you want to sort of just loosely spin this to make sure that the key actually lines up. And then once you get that, just sort of slowly start to tighten it. You don't want to go too crazy, and then make sure that it's actually spinning and that the keying features have lined up and you're not sitting on top of them. And then depending on how tight you want it to the truck so that it's barely able to move, you can tighten it down a lot, or you can do it a little bit looser so that way they spin a little bit freer, and it's a little bit easier for you to spin. So I like it somewhere right about in the middle. And then on the truck side here, I'll show you on the rear. So you just have these bolts on the side. So basically you just unscrew one of these. You're going to take your factory tower out. Once you take the factory one out, then you can just drop this in. For the rear ones, this is for the Night Runner body. This is just basically all the way down. But of course, if you have different aftermarket bodies, you can raise that up as you see fit. So you just screw that in nice and tight. And then with that, you can drop this in. Basically make sure that your body is lined up. Once you get that body lined up, we'll have it off on the rear a little bit. There we go. It should just nicely drop in once you've got it lined up. Twist them in the front, twist them in the back. And then just like that, your mounts are on, and you've got a nice secure system that you don't need to worry about losing any body clips. Super easy to just twist it, pop the body off, and then relock it for when you don't need access to it. So really appreciate you guys taking the time to check this out. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.